the third episode of the Fibonerdi Podcast. I am Hoyt.
I'm Brandon.
I hope everybody heard you that time.
Well, that was the point. I put my mouth right by the microphone.
I feel like we shouldn't need that, though. We shouldn't need you to make out with a microphone just so everybody can hear you.
And that's Vince.
Well, obviously.
Happy New Year, everybody. It is January the
I thought we said
3rd.
we're not doing dates anymore.
It doesn't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
Every single time it goes like this.
Every single time it goes,
hey guys, it's blah 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 blah. Hoyt, we're not doing dates anymore. Well, I thought we were doing it.
No. Okay.
Last time it was me.
No. This is how it happened. The first episode, it was after Thanksgiving or whatever. And then you guys got on to me for that. And then the next one, Vince was like, and the day is this, blah, blah, blah. And then nobody ever said we weren't doing dates anymore, so I just figured we were still doing fucking dates.
What?
Captain's log, star date.
That's why you fucking do it.
No.
Yes.
No, because the last podcast, Brandon was just like, we never know when we're going to fucking edit this shit, so let's not do the dates anymore so we can just say, hey, we did this shit yesterday.
Well, then take it the fuck out in editing.
No, that's too much work now. We've gone too far.
Exactly. It's already been said. You can't take it back.
Okay.
2015.
Motherfucker! You guys have seen Back to the Future, correct?
Yes, we're supposed to be wearing like some really retarded shit.
We're supposed to have fucking hoverboards.
And have
we do have a hoverboard.
No, we don't.
That's
yes, we do.
That's a hovering board. It is not a hoverboard.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're gonna argue fucking semantics now.
I'm not paying. Like, if I was actually going to have a hoverboard, I would pay $5,000 for one, no problem. But guess what? I'm not paying $10,000 for a board that hovers on certain surfaces.
I like how it's certain surfaces. Oh, that's a little rocky. Not doing it.
Well,
Sorry.
To be completely honest, with the original one, you couldn't go over water.
He got pretty far over water. He did ass out like midway through the fucking fountain, but he did get pretty far. We're supposed to have like metal plates in our head and shit like that just for a fashion statement.
Yeah. Look totally retarded. Although I do think that neon colors need to make a comeback.
Yes.
I don't know. I think we've got some pretty retarded fashion trends anyway. Like I was showing Hoyt the other day. They have this thing called the hoodie thong now. Have you seen this?
Hoodie
thong.
One word.
Okay. Like
that's
it
important.
Literally, it starts at your snatch, covers nothing except for your snatch.
Do you have a snatch?
No, not me. Yes, I am walking around in a hoodie thong. No, snatch
Is
and
it
then
comfortable?
a hoodie, like you're wearing a hoodie.
It looks comfortable.
Wait, so it's like the thing from Borat, but with a hoodie connected to it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Like, literally, when Brandon showed it to me, I didn't know where hoodie began and skin ended.
Huh. Because it's flesh colored?
No, because there's so little of it.
Oh, okay.
Like, it just looked odd. I was like, is that a bodysuit? Or is that part of the hoodie? What is that?
Both? Huh. What the fuck is... What? Like, the middle part is the hoodie? Brandon is showing me a picture of it. It says hood thong, not hoodie thong.
Whatever.
It says hood thong.
It's a thong that covers... The thong goes pretty much up like suspenders to your shoulders, and then there it has a hoodie, and it comes over. So you look like this very burlesque, retarded version of Green Arrow.
What the fuck is hanging from her nipples?
It looks like spaghetti.
It looks like dreads. Spaghetti dreads.
I don't know. I got
She
nothing.
dreaded her nipple hair. That's
Ew,
disgusting.
that is gross. Alright, everybody, Hoyt is not allowed to talk on the podcast anymore because he brings up shit like that.
Hey, I say what pops into my
Dreads, okay. Spaghetti, fine. What Hoyt says, never forgiven. Alright, so before the podcast, Brandon was explaining to me the differences between Loot Crate, which we love, and what was the alternative?
Nerd Block and they have a couple different ones.
Okay.
I have Arcade Block.
Okay.
Which, in my opinion, way better than Loot Crate.
Okay.
Way better. It's a little more expensive, but you get way better shit out of it.
So it's $20 a month instead of the $13.37 or some shit?
I think so. It's either 20 or $25 a month, something like that. Mm-hmm. But like this month, I got a Aperture Science scarf that's actually really well made.
Okay.
A t-shirt. I got a Link figurine. I got a build-your-own-level Sonic set full of magnets. and some other stuff too. I mean, just the T-shirt and the scarf alone are worth more than you pay for it.
Yeah.
Because it comes guaranteed with a shirt every single month.
Get it straight. It's not a figurine. It's a miniature.
What's the difference?
Figurine implies it's made out of porcelain and it's girly. Miniature says it's much more badass.
So if he would have said figure, it would have been badass also?
Yes.
So the fact that...
Figurine.
Oh,
This is the
een
een.
implies the feminine part of it. See?
Okay.
You see? Yeah, because...
I am not an English major.
I don't think any of us would... Didn't we all major in math?
I don't give a fuck.
Oh my god.
It's just, I don't like to think of Link as wimpy, even though he does kind of look like a chick at times.
At sometimes, yes. No, he doesn't. Wait a minute, what am I talking about? No, he doesn't. Because I was thinking of Twilight Princess for a second, but no, he looks fucking badass.
He does look badass as Twilight Princess. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, because Loot
But there are
Crate, don't you
drawings.
get like a shirt
Sometimes.
like once every like 3 to 4 months? You get a
So
shirt.
I signed up for Loot Crate about 6 months ago. I think I'm coming up on my renewal. About 6 months ago, I've gotten 2 shirts.
Okay.
The entire time.
Yeah, I did a 6. I applied for Loot Crate for 6 months. I did that 6 months thing.
Yep.
And in the 6 months, I only got 1 shirt.
Yeah.
So
I got 2. I got that cat one I gave you, and then the other one.
In the 6 months that I've signed up for Loot Crate,
He's
I've
hasn't even
gotten like
gotten 2 of them.
3. He
hasn't even gotten 1 Loot Crate.
I've got 3 Loot Crates in my 6 months that I've paid for. I'm still missing fucking 2. Where the fuck are they, Loot Crate? Where are my fucking Loot Crates?
Didn't you change your address? So isn't that your fucking fault?
He didn't change his address.
No.
Until after I got one.
No. This is not the way it works. I changed my address before I moved, which was just after they had shipped the box.
Okay.
I checked the shipping on it to make sure that it was rerouted. It said that it got rerouted. It never found its way to my door because it, I'm using quotes here, got lost in the mail.
Tractor beam.
Which means, as we all know,
Lasers.
mail carrier stole it.
Oh, that shit just happened to me. My neighbor, the other day, like my aunt sent me and my sister some Christmas presents, like some delayed Christmas presents, because she lives up north. And we got the package, and it just looked fucking weird. We were like, oh, our aunt, she has like very specific handwriting. The box looks shit, and all of our like presents that we got are all like fucking mangled. Like, what the fuck happened? Turns out, we asked our neighbor. Our neighbor said, yeah, the mailman gave it to your neighbor because your neighbor said that, no, don't worry about it, I'll give it to them. And then opened up our fucking package, went through everything, made sure there was nothing of value, and then sealed everything and put it on my doorstep. Yeah. Called the fucking cops, and now we have a restraining order on her.
I had something similar that happened over this past break, except I'm not a douchebag, so I don't do shit like that. I had 2 giant packages, like they stood like 2-3 feet off the ground each.
Okay.
They weighed 50 pounds apiece.
Okay.
Got delivered here. They were for the guy that lived here before us.
Okay.
So they showed up. They were there. I found out from the leasing office that they were his. Mm-hmm. Called UPS. I was like, hey, I need to send these back. This guy doesn't live here anymore. They said, well, we delivered it to the right address, so it's yours now.
Oh.
I was like, oh, that's fucking cool. I tried calling the company that that shipped it out. Never returned my calls.
Okay.
The dude just showed up at the house. Like, the guy who lived here before just showed up and picked him up.
And just was just like, hey, thanks for my packages.
Yeah, but he's like, dude, he's like, thank you. He's like, there's thousands of dollars worth of shit in here, and I really expected them to be on eBay.
Good job.
I wonder what it was.
I don't know. It's from some company called KJUS. They do...
KJ.
He said it was some type of, like, fitness stuff or something like that.
Huh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Had I known
And
that
knowing's
beforehand.
half the battle.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
Totally forgot what I was going to say on top of that. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
So,
U.S. Postal Service is pretty awesome, too.
Yeah, but the
I
only
didn't
thing
tell
that
you.
sucks about it is we filed to have this fucking woman across the street totally fucked because going through mail is a federal offense. We've all been in the military, and I've worked in a postal unit, and we have fucking classes every month on, hey, you touch someone's mail, doesn't matter if someone got mailed rocks. Okay, rocks. Now I remember what I was going to talk about before. It doesn't matter if someone got fucking mailed rocks. As soon as you open that, you're doing jail time.
Yeah.
So we took it like super fucking seriously, because not only that, I've ordered a whole bunch of shit off this app on my phone that hasn't gotten here yet. So I'm like, how much of my shit does she have in her fucking house? And so we told them, and since it wasn't an emergency, we had to go through the non-emergency line, obviously. And when the fucking officer came, she was just like, it's not my jurisdiction to get her on, like, a federal offense for this. You have to go through the postmaster, and then the postmaster files her to pretty much be taken to jail. So I had to look up a fucking postmaster's address and fucking phone number so I can do a federal offense charge.
Like the postmaster's actually going to do that.
Well, that's what they're supposed. That's what their job is.
Yeah, but like they're going to do that.
They're not like a fucking dude on like a throne of mail that is just going to be like, I oversee shit. No, they actually, that's their job, is to settle the fucking federal offense charges.
Maybe their job, but
I mean, that's like being a lawyer and be like, hey, I have this little lawsuit. I need you to help represent me. Nah, man, I don't do that.
I don't do
that.
Nah.
guys, you do know the country we live in, right?
I do.
Yeah.
It's called America.
Yeah, but when people don't do their fucking
lazy as shit.
When people don't do their fucking job, I go all fucking Tom Cruise on their ass.
And I don't necessarily trust government employees because
You used to be one?
I used to be one. So I know how that shit goes. It goes, oh, yeah, I'll do that later.
Like we're fucking IT. I need you to come up here and fix my firewalls. I'll get to that right now. You hang up the phone and then you open a fucking comic book. I'll get to that eventually. They don't need their firewalls fixed this minute.
In all honesty, working IT, you deal with a lot of retarded fucking people.
Oh yeah. As soon as you answer the phone, your first question should always be, did you first unplug it and plug it back in? Now is it fixed? Okay, goodbye.
See, I got a lot of stupid printer questions when I was working IT.
Okay.
So my first couple questions were, A, is there paper in it? Because believe it or not, a lot of times there fucking wouldn't be. Is it turned on? Is it plugged in?
Is there ink inside of it?
And is there ink inside of it?
Yeah.
And almost, I'd say 95% of the time, that was the issue that they had. It was one of those four things.
Because I work in tech now, and I sell printers and sell computers and shit like that. And there are people that come back into my store and say, my printer isn't working, I don't know why. I took it out of the box, I plugged it in, but it's not printing. I'm like,
They never put the toner in.
I'm like, did you not put the cartridge in? They're like, yeah, I put the cartridge in. I was like, okay.
Did you take the little piece off, the little tape off it?
Did you take the little tape off of the cartridge? Yeah, I did that. Okay. Did you put the installation disc in your fucking computer so it knows where to print from? No.
It's like, not plug and play, goddammit.
You don't fucking turn it on and then it just knows where to print from. I'm sorry.
Funny story, if you have a Mac, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is funny.
Because Apple's awesome.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
They do it right. They're not like Microsoft. We have 5,000 drivers.
Yeah.
Or 5,000 pieces of equipment.
I'm sorry to use this
You
printer.
can roll the dice on which one's going to fucking work for you today because of whatever version of Windows you're using.
Oh, it was amazing. This woman comes in today, and usually we have to charge someone like $150 to fix their driver. Her trackpad wasn't working on her laptop. And I was like, okay, sometimes, there's a double tap that you do on the trackpad and it disables it. Let's try that. Double tap, didn't work. This woman was super, super fucking nice, so I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be a dickhead and charge her $130 just for me to fix something that's going to take me 5 minutes. Let me dig a little deeper onto this. I look, can't figure out the fucking problem. And I'm like, what is going on here? So I go into her drivers. All the drivers are all up to date. They're fucking perfect. Everything's gleaming. She just bought the computer like a few weeks ago. I was like, what the fuck is happening here? I go into Device Manager, check everything, go into like 50 different fucking options, and then I'm like, I finally find it, and it's just like, oh, trackpad is disabled. I was like, okay, just re-enable it. And she's like, I'm not tech savvy. Can you show me what you did? I was like, no problem. First you right-click the start button, then you go to device and printers, then you right-click your owner, then you go here, then you go to disable, then you go to options, and she was like, So then I'm talking to the girl for a while, and I'm like, oh yeah, I've run into these problems a lot. And then she's like, well, I have another issue. I used to hit, like, Control F4 to, like, close out my browser. I can't do that anymore on Windows 8. I'm like, yeah, it's something they turned off. But let's fuck around with it and see if we can find it. I look at her fucking function keys, and one of them looks like a trackpad. I'm like, what's this?
F4?
No, it's F5, actually.
Oh.
I press it, the trackpad doesn't work anymore. I press it again, the trackpad works. I was like, I found your issue. She's like, I must have did that when I was trying to close my browser. I'm like, good fucking job, ma'am. You made me look stupid today. Oh my god, it was fucking great. And you know what she did afterwards? She gave me a free chicken nugget gift card from Chick-fil-A. I was like, you're not too bad, ma'am. Have a great day.
Nice. So, have you seen The Hobbit yet?
I have not. I'm waiting for it to come out on DVD,
man.
and then I'm going to binge all of them.
Let me tell you, sir, The Hobbit, Battle of the Five Armies, that's what the movie is. It's a battle of five armies, and nothing but.
That's the whole movie, is that battle.
It's amazing.
It is the way...
There's no, like, filler?
No.
There's a little
tiny
bit. There's a
little
little bit of filler here and there, but it doesn't go longer ever than 20 minutes.
Wait a minute. Clash of the Titans, the second one, there was, like, very minimal filler.
Yeah.
So it's like that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so ready to fucking watch this shit.
Yeah.
Like, it is total and utter nonstop action for 2.5 hours, of which I was like, have we only been sitting here 45 minutes? And then it was 1 in the morning.
It was amazing. It's how every single one of those movies should be.
Oh, I thought you were going to say how every
Like-
single movie should be.
You remember, like, the Two Towers, where, like, Helm's Deep took up, like, a good hour and a half of the movie. The battle at Helm's Deep took up a good hour and a half of the movie. This was like that, but the battle takes up at least a good 2 hours of the movie.
Jesus Christ.
And the movie's like 2 hours and 25 minutes long.
The movie is 2 hours and 5 minutes long, and the battle is 2 hours and 4 minutes long.
It is amazing.
Okay, I can't wait to see it now.
Yeah. It's... Legolas, I got nothing. I don't know how he does it.
Really?
He rolls nat 20s.
Like
That's all he does.
Seriously, Legolas. Like if you're an elf and your name's Legolas, you have a loaded 20-sided die that says 20, 20, 20, 20,
Yeah,
20,
20 on each side.
Let me tell you,
20, 20,
okay.
20, 20, 20.
Not to spoil anything, because this really didn't spoil anything. There's a scene in the movie where there's this big fucking, like, tower.
Okay, big fucking tower.
He jumps on the back of this giant fucking monster thing. Guy, I don't even know what it's
Troll.
Troll.
Yeah, okay, let's
Okay.
go troll.
Jumps on the back of this troll, steers it into this thing.
Into
Not-
the tower.
Yeah,
Like,
into the tower.
Stabs a sword in, like, takes.
And plays him like a
takes-
fucking joystick.
Oh,
Takes
you mean
Orcus.
God of War?
Yeah,
Take
God of
fucking
War.
God of War him?
Yes.
He takes Orcus and shoves it into his brain. And then uses it as a joystick to drive the
That's not
fucking
even,
troll.
no, that's not even the best part, though. The best part is he knocks this tower down and turns it into a fucking bridge.
What?
That is crumbling.
That is
Oh my
crumbling.
god! Please tell me you've seen City of Atlantis. It was like an animated movie that came out in the
don't think so.
late '90s, early 2000s.
Journey to Atlantis?
I think so.
The Disney movie?
Yeah,
Yeah, the racist ass one?
The one where the fucking dude that looks like Luigi's like, look, I made a bridge. It only took me like 10 seconds. That's fucking Legolas.
Yeah. So, they're on this thing as a bridge, and he's fucking fighting this guy. And they start, like, it starts crumbling.
Okay.
And he's, like, just jumping from piece to piece as it's falling to the ground while fighting. Like, it's
It was
insane.
amazing. And it firmly confirmed why Legolas was my favorite character
Yeah.
in Lord of the Rings. Even though he's not supposed to be in The Hobbit.
No, no, he's not. At all.
And let me tell you, Bard's got some Legolas
Yeah, he
moves
does.
too in him. Because holy shit. That guy, he pulls off some crazy fucking shit.
So much so that in the middle of the movie, after Hoyt sees some of this, he turns to me and he's like, He's got some Legolas in him. Somehow he's part Legolas. I don't know how he did it.
He's not even he's part elf, just he's part Legolas. Like he's got nothing in him but Legolas.
Oh, man.
Awesome.
Yeah, a lot of people, like a lot of critics and everything, gave it crap, but it was amazing.
Really?
Like, seriously, do not believe the critics on this movie.
Yeah, because
You're
the
a nerd,
critics are like, there's not enough depth.
There's not enough story.
and you love
Yeah.
Tolkien, you need to go see it. It's so good. Like, literally, that part of the book, it's just 2 hours of that part of the book.
Did you hear?
It's awesome.
Going back to the rocks thing, because now I remembered what I was going to say about rocks. Did you hear about the guy who bought the PS4 and it was just rocks?
I did hear about that.
Do you remember where that was from?
No.
Because supposedly it was the Best Buy across the street from us.
Really?
Supposedly, yeah. Supposedly it was the Best Buy across the street from where we live, and guy bought PS4, didn't open the box, because who buys a console and opens the box at the store?
Yeah.
First of all, whenever I buy anything from a store, I check the seals to make sure it's not been opened previously. And then if it's been opened previously, I'm like, can I get another one, please? Thank you.
Okay, well, it was the last one Best Buy had.
Well, then Best Buy's not doing them.
And I think they gave him a discount on it also, because it was the last one they had, and the seal was open. Because that's what we do at our store.
Yeah.
If something's
the
the
seal
last
was
one,
open-
we give you like 10% off.
Yeah. If the seal was open, I would have checked that in the store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know the, finer details about like seals or anything like that, but he doesn't check it in store, because not a lot of people do, unless, there's a very huge distinction that you're like, I need to fucking check this shit, because it's
Yeah,
strange.
like if you pick it up and it rattles.
Yeah,
There's a bunch of
exactly.
rocks in it.
Yeah, exactly. But it didn't rattle or anything, supposedly. So he brings it home. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna play some fucking Assassin's Creed Unity. Gonna play some fucking Far Cry 4. I got it. Opens it up. It's just fucking rocks. Tries to bring it back to Best Buy, and they were like, no. Because it was a returned item, we can't do a return on it. You can't do like a double return on it for some fucking reason. The guy's like, okay, so what do I do? And they're like, we have no idea. Because supposedly, somebody had bought that PS4, taken the fucking PS4 out, filled the thing with rocks, then returned it to Best Buy, and in all retail, if you ever get a return, you always have to check the product prior to D&Ding it.
Yeah.
Because that's what you do. Because you
Yep.
also get paid by the manufacturer for D&Ding and sending it back to them. So supposedly they didn't do that, and they were like, let's just stick it back on the shelf because somebody will fucking buy it. So now this guy is in like a legal dispute with Sony about how Sony needs to send him now a PS4.
So here's the question: did
We'll
that
see.
legitimately happen, or did
Or
he
did
fill
the
it with
guy
rocks?
fill it with rocks and bring it? That's the question I had. I don't know. I haven't talked to the guy.
Well, see, like, I know for a fact
That would be a
those-
pretty dick move, though.
It'd be ballsy.
I know.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that those stores are supposed to check the serial numbers upon the return. Like, they're supposed to pull everything out of the box, make sure everything's there before
Yeah.
they even accept the return.
Yeah,
Most
so we
places,
do.
like I know,
So-
like GameStop and all that, will actually check to make sure it works as well.
Yeah. So I have no clue, other than it actually the item getting physically returned, and then an employee at the store knowing that is like,
Yeah.
I can get a free PS4 right now, so I'm just going to take it,
Yeah, pretty
and I'm
much.
going to fill it with rocks.
Rocks. It's pretty fucked up. So it'd be pretty ballsy on his part.
Well,
or-
not really. On his part, there's no way to say, like, they can't definitively say that it wasn't filled with rocks when he got it.
Well, I think that was their defense about not refunding anything. They were like, how do we know that you didn't put rocks in it?
Yeah.
So that's why they didn't do any type of refund or return or anything
Well, yeah,
like
because
that.
with a return, you have to have the product.
Exactly.
You can't be like, hey, you gave me rocks, but you told me it was PS4, so here's some rocks.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
They're
go-
they're really shiny rocks.
Give me $400 for these rocks right now.
If that's really what happened, and they would have like respected that and given him the fucking refund,
Everybody would have been doing that.
everybody would have
They'd
been
be
like,
like, hey, I got
rocks,
rocks too. What the fuck?
Look, rocks equal money. How did I never put this together? Oh my
And
god!
then if you send it in the mail and you open it, you go to federal prison because rocks were sent through the mail. Just like you were talking about earlier.
Yeah,
You can't
exactly.
send rocks through the mail?
I don't think so.
You can send a potato through the mail.
No, it doesn't matter. Like
I saw a thing on Reddit the other day. Somebody literally shipped a potato in a clear envelope with the address written on the potato.
No,
That's awesome.
Vince was talking about earlier, like, even if it's rocks and you open it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, even if it's rocks.
Federal offense.
It's federal offense. You're going to jail for looking at that person's rocks.
Maybe that's why they didn't open it and check it.
Probably.
Because they might have had to send it back to somebody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, what I fucking got in the mail from my aunt was a hat and 2 shirts. That's what I got. And this woman needed to fucking look through my mail to see if it was anything other than that.
She thought you were getting drugs.
That's what she probably thought. Or getting, like, really fucking expensive electronics. Which I could just buy.
She was profiling you, Vince.
She was. She was like, nerd, buying electronics all the fucking time.
Dude,
Wait, about the drugs or the electronics?
The drugs.
Oh, I was like, hey!
You know what would have almost been better than pressing charge against her and sending her to jail?
What?
Is just start ordering all sorts of fucked up things. Like gigantic black dildos. Just have
She's
her
like, no! Oh my god. Yeah, because her son, like, runs, like, an eBay business, like, through his house, where he's got, like... Because my aunt, like, priority shipped it. So there's, like, a specific priority ship tag on it.
Yeah.
He had those tags in his house, and that's what they put on it with, like, their own handwriting. And I was like, my aunt doesn't have this handwriting. My aunt is the only one who would have put my fucking address on here, so obviously it's not her. And obviously they have these tags that you can only get from here.
Yeah.
And that's where my loot crates probably are, too.
Yeah, your fucking loot crate. I don't know why you sent them to my house, but now she has them.
No, I'm just saying that mail carrier at some point was probably like, oh, loot crate. I'm taking that.
Yeah.
See, it's funny, is because we have 2 of them that come here every month. Mine have never gone missing. Ever.
They don't need 2 of the same loot crate. That's what's happening.
They must look at the name on there and be like, Hoyt Dingus, that name's fucking fake.
It's a valid point, sir.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, man, yeah.
I don't think I believed you when you told me your name for the first time.
Dude, there are so many people who don't. They're just like, is that really your name? I was like, yeah. They're like, dude, that's an awesome name.
I don't think I even fucking believed it when I saw it on Facebook.
Yeah.
I was like, Hoyt Dingus. Nope, can't be the same guy. And then I'm like, oh, he looks like Thor. Yeah, it's the same guy.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, but the same thing, not on the same scale, but happened to me. Remember when DC Universe came out?
Yeah.
For, like, PC and PlayStation 3 and shit like that?
Yeah.
So I go to GameStop, because I'm like, oh, a game where you can create your own DC character and then fight along fucking Superman and Batman? I've wanted this shit since I was 6 years old. Yeah. I was like, and I finally have it.
Too bad it sucks.
Yeah, too bad it fucking sucks. Too bad it was fucking terrible. You know who I made? I made Deadpool. And everyone got fucking mad at me. They were like, what the fuck is Deadpool doing in the DC universe? I was like, breaking the fourth wall, obviously. Do you not know how Deadpool works? Are you fucking stupid? Yeah. So I get the game. I go to GameStop, and I'm like, I think I'm like 13 years old at this time. And I'm like, ma'am, I'm looking for DC Universe. And she's like, okay, we have it on the wall over there. And like every other fucking game from GameStop, the one on the wall is not the actual game. Like, they have it. But the thing is, this was the actual game, with it in the box.
Oh.
And when you bought it, since I got it for PlayStation, you have your activation code. That only works for one console. I got it, and bought the game, brought it home, put in the code, and it's like, this code has already been used. Someone had gone to GameStop and took a picture of the fucking code so that they could play DC Universe with 2 fucking accounts. Do you know how fucking long I was on the phone? A 13-year-old kid on the phone with fucking Sony disputing this fucking activation lawsuit that I wanted to file. And they were like, we don't know that you've already used it. I was like, look up the fucking account and the fact that I haven't used the fucking code yet. And they're like, sir, we can't do anything for you. I was fucking livid.
They can't look up your account. They can't do that. I don't know, it's on Sony servers, they own it. They can't just look and be like, oh, yeah, here you go, sir.
Well, this was also 2009, and they were being dicks. Because that was also the time where they were being hacked like every 5 fucking minutes.
I had issues with them about a year ago. I started getting, they have that PlayStation Wallet thing?
No.
Alright, so PlayStation Wallet...
I don't like Steam, I don't put my credit card information on it.
I typically don't either.
I never did. I never put any of like my information on the shit.
I typically don't either, but I guess for some reason at some point I put mine on PlayStation.
And you thought it was safe.
I use PayPal.
I guess. So I get these emails saying funds have been added to my wallet.
And you're like, huh.
I was like, huh, that's weird.
Santa.
I was like, I didn't think too much about it. I was like, oh, whatever. It like the way it was titled, it looked like they just gave me credit for having an account or something like that.
Which is
And
bullshit.
it was a while after all the hacks, so they were doing a lot of stuff to like reimburse people for stuff when all that happened. So I figured that's what it was. Well, turns out I got like 4 more emails after that. And it was all some dude who was charging my account and buying like in-game FIFA 2014 fucking like in-game purchases for FIFA, which I've never owned in my entire life.
I don't think anyone in the right mind has ever owned FIFA.
Yeah. So, but it was actually surprisingly easy to fix all of that. Like, I called him, I was like, hey, this is all bullshit. I was like, I've never owned that. All right, cool. We're going to take the card off the account completely, and then you're good to go. Refund the money.
Huh. Wait, but it said funds were added.
Yeah. They charged my debit card to put funds from my bank account onto the PlayStation wallet.
Because
and then use those to buy the in-game stuff.
Yeah, because when I buy shit from Steam, I don't add money to Steam. I just pay for it. Right then and there.
The way the Sony's wallet works the exact same way as the Nintendo eShop. You have to add money to your account on there to buy, and you have a certain limit of money that you can own. Like you have to add a minimum of $20 every time in order to purchase anything. So if I want to go on fucking Nintendo eStore right now and buy Metroid, which is a $5 game, I have to load $20 onto my Nintendo shop just so I can buy a $5 game, rather than just straight up, hey, charge my PayPal account $5.
Well, I have a comment about it being $5, not Metroid though. But after this, after all those fucking hack things, I don't put my information on. And then I got so scared that I was like, I'm not even gonna buy directly. I'm gonna take the fucking trip over to GameStop to buy a fucking $20 game card, which comes out to like $23 plus, like, with your fucking tax, just so I can go home and now scratch the fucking code off of it just to put the money on my fucking account so I can buy it, just so I know that no one has my shit.
So you're safe,
Yeah.
Here's how awesome PlayStation is. You ever heard of a game called Trials?
I feel like you're being sarcastic.
Slightly.
Okay, I'm glad that I picked up on it, and I'm glad that I made our listeners aware.
Have you ever heard of a game called Trials?
Yes, I have it. I love it.
Me too. Have you heard of Trials Fusion?
I have it. I love it.
Okay, so when that first came out was right after the PS4 came out. I saw that, and I hadn't played it since I owned an Xbox, and I loved it.
Yeah,
so
I had
fuck yeah.
I had the first Trials on Xbox,
Same.
and now I have Trials Fusion on PS4.
Yeah. So I saw it, and I was like, I have to buy this game right now. And I didn't feel like going to GameStop because it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, they were closed, and there's no way for me to go get it.
They should make like a Walmart-style GameStop where it's just open 24/7. Because a lot of times, I get like sporadic at 4 in the morning, and I'm like, I just want to buy games!
Yeah.
Why? And they're not open. And I'm upset about this.
And Walmart's
I'm
overpriced.
I'm surprised GameStop hasn't tried, or Nintendo and PlayStation haven't tried to like incorporate the game, like GameStop store into their eShop, so that you can buy directly from GameStop. That way, that you get your points with GameStop.
Oh,
because it takes money away from them.
Yeah, and they make the same amount of money from GameStop.
Yeah,
like Walmart and GameStop, Sony makes the exact amount of money. But the reason why it's different prices is because those companies themselves will take more money. It's not like Sony gets more money from GameStop than it does Walmart.
Well, yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is like, I mean, the game on the PlayStation Store is the same price as it is at fucking GameStop or Walmart.
That's like me saying, okay, I'm going to sell you this game for $50. You're going to give me $50. I'm going to keep $50. Or I can hand the game to Vince. He can hand it to you, sell it to you for $50. He keeps 10, and then now I get 40. Why would I do that instead of me just directly selling it?
Yeah, no one wants Vince to get money.
I'm not saying that I'm not saying I know how their business practices work, but it would be much simpler for them and a lot less of a headache, and they would probably make more money in the long run because they wouldn't have to fucking fool with it. They'd just be like, GameStop, handle this shit. It's financially viable for them. Yes, they're going to make more nickels and dimes by doing it the way they're doing it now, but if you centrally locate everything, it makes it better for A, the user, and B, it makes
I don't
it
know
better
if
for
you've
them
noticed,
because it's less of a headache.
but most companies don't give a fuck about you.
Which is funny because
I've noticed this. I'm not going to stop bitching about it and say there's a better way to fucking do this for your customer.
That's true.
But
I always thought it was funny that businesses don't care about the user when if they care about the user,
They make
the
more
user
money.
gets happy and then spends more money. When I go to GameStop and someone gives me a fucking attitude, half the time I don't buy anything. But if I go to GameStop and then like I have a question and they're like, "Oh, we can help you with this," and then "Did you know this?" and I'll throw this in, I end up spending like fucking 3 times as much as I thought I was going to. Yeah, as long as you're fucking like super cool with your user will spend astronomical fucking prices.
We actually had that kind of happen today. Like, went to GameStop, I picked up The Walking Dead, and because of all the shit that I was talking to about the chick that was working there, I'm bringing in a bunch of games tomorrow to go trade in to buy other games.
Yeah.
Whereas otherwise they would have just sat on my shelf.
Yeah, exactly. Or you give them to Vince, and Vince pays you money for it. Vince would pay you more money than GameStop would.
I'm okay with that.
See?
Speaking
We will
of
talk
buying-
later, sir.
Yes. Speaking of buying things, so over Christmas break, I decided that I'm finally going to collect all the amiibos, which was a bit late to the party and kind of a bad idea, but I did it anyway.
Because how much debt are you in because of amiibos now?
It's not because of amiibos I'm in debt. It's because of everything else. I'm a college student.
No, I mean, how much are you in as far as purchases
I
now
spent about, like,
because
no,
of amiibos?
I spent about $200 on amiibos, but that's because I pre-ordered the new wave that's coming out, so I have all those. I had to order from Japan the exclusives for Best Buy, Toys R Us, Target, and GameStop because they're all the fuck sold out here. I had to go to Japan to find Wii Fit Trainer. I had to go to Germany to find Villager.
I like the way he's saying it.
He's like,
it
he
sounds like he
traveled there.
fucking traveled there. Like fucking Ryu. Like, knapsack over the back, barefoot, walk through fucking Germany. He's like, I need the Wii Fit Trainer. And they're like, no, don't have it. And they're like, shit, now I gotta walk all the way back to Florida?
I'm trying to make the story of hunting down little plastic figures interesting, Vince. You shut your fucking mouth. So anyway, all these little plastic figures, and god damn it, they have, like, some of them, especially on eBay, are skyrocketing in value right now.
They're plastic, rubber polymer, actually.
It's like a whole bag of dick.
Like a
Not just part of the bag. The whole bag.
bag.
Like, do I
And,
have
like,
to suck on the bag, or do I have to suck each dick individually
You have
and
to
make
suck-
them all come?
You have to suck each dick individually. They're old, and they're limpy, and they're cut off. And morbid, some of them are rotting.
I think we've expended our budget about talking about old dicks. We can move on. at any point.
But anyway, back to what I was saying.
So your
Amiibos.
plastic
So,
polymer figures.
I managed to track down all of them. The only one that I haven't tracked down because I opened my Marth, who is extremely, extremely rare right now, because apparently Nintendo did not realize that, they only made certain numbers of certain ones, especially the ones that are like kind of obscure, like Marth, Wii Fit Trainer, and Villager, because not a lot of people know those characters from games of Fire Emblem, Animal Crossing, and Wii Fit.
Yeah.
They're not very popular characters
Exactly.
that they thought. Mm-hmm. But all of them are gone. You can't find them now for less than $30 at a minimum.
See,
for each one of them.
I would like them just for that, like, underdog factor. Like, Wii Fit Trainer, what do you expect from it? Absolutely nothing.
She can kick a soccer ball.
Exactly, and she can play with hula hoops. But if you verse Wii Fit Trainer, you don't think a lot of it. So if you can, like, build a Wii Fit Trainer, like the amiibo, high enough, and you have this just crazy-ass soccer ball hitting, hula hoop, flying, fucking crazy person, I would like to see that. So I would spend the money for that.
So-
I don't think they really thought about that.
Well, see, I think the bigger thing is that they're like a collectible type of thing. So everybody wants to have all of them.
Like, the thing is now, like, it's taken on...
I think you're literally the only person that I have heard that has like collected all of them.
Oh, not me.
Like
I've seen all sorts of people.
I have.
No, I mean like people that we know.
all of them.
From
Well, I know a
John,
couple people.
John,
Well,
and
not that you know.
John and Desiree from the Mommy Gamers. They've been trying to collect all of them. And
I think they're still missing a couple.
They're still the only one they're missing is Marth right now.
Yeah.
Because Marth is so hard to find. There's still some Best Buys in America that have him, but they have him at the store. You can't buy him online. You can get him online and try to do a store pickup, but you got to try and find the Best Buy in your area that has him.
Yeah.
Like, it's really weird. And a lot of them are becoming extremely rare. Like, the second wave that just came out, all of them are fucking gone. The only ones that I've been able to find are the ones that came out in the first part of the wave, which was Diddy, Zelda, and Luigi. The other three, Little Mac and Captain Falcon, and I forget the other dude.
I don't want Luigi. I'll just get 2 Mario amiibos and paint one green.
I forget the other dude that came
They have
out in
different
that
moves,
second
though.
part of the wave.
I don't give a shit.
But those
Dude,
are
Luigi's
all...
the shit. Fuck you.
Oh, Pit.
That's CJ's main in Smash.
He's my main too.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's the only one I'm good with.
And Pit, those
You
three-
haven't gotten Shulk yet.
That's because Shulk was the GameStop exclusive.
God damn it.
And he's coming soon. He's coming
He's the
from
one-
Japan.
Oh, Japan.
So, like, I have all of them, and they're in the mail. As
Are they-
long
are they
as the
making them
U.S.
for
Postal
every single
Service
one?
doesn't steal my mail
Oh,
anymore.
okay.
They need to stop stealing my mail, and it needs to get delivered.
I wonder if Smash is ever
I
going to do
wonder
DLC
if it was
characters.
something like how mine was. So, like, this past week, I had a bipod for my gun that I ordered.
Okay.
I was checking the tracking on it. It was supposed to be delivered.
You said bipod, and then I forgot altogether that I've had any military training in my entire life, and I go, what the fuck is a bipod?
You know, on second thought, I did get an email that said there was a package for me at the office. I got that, like, last week. That
Probably go check on that.
There's like 9 packages
that
there
might
for
be my
him.
loot crate.
That's possible. But anyway, what happened is Amazon didn't put our apartment number on it.
Okay.
So when they delivered it, like the day, like, oh, the tracking state was out for delivery, should be delivered today.
They shipped it to the office, right?
No. At the end of the day, it just says package undeliverable being returned.
To sender?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So, this was at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Tried calling the post office. Couldn't get a hold of anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Drove down there. I was like, hey, this is what happened. I know it's here. Can I just pick it up?
And they were like, how do
No.
you know
No. They
that
said,
it's here?
They said, their exact words were, no. You can't pick it up.
You know how I know I can quote it? Because it was one fucking word. No.
They said, no.
No.
They're like, you need to call this number and talk to these people over in the parcel office. But they don't answer the phone, so good luck.
That's what they told you?
That's what they told me.
See.
So, I called the 800 number for the U.S. Post Office. After about 2 to 3 hours of sitting on hold, finally got to talk to somebody. And I was like, this is the deal. This is what's wrong with it. Don't send it back. I want to pick it up.
I'm fucking livid. I would have
Yeah.
added that too.
Dude, I was
I'll burn your
furious.
house down. I would have added that
I went
too.
through this whole fucking thing with them, and I finally got a confirmation of them. They're like, okay, it's at this address, at this post office, which is the same one I went to earlier. They're like, you can pick it up tomorrow after 3 o'clock. So, okay, cool.
But didn't it say returning to sender?
Yes, but because I got a hold of them on the phone, they supposedly
They
put
hold
something.
it. They hold it for you. Okay.
Supposed to.
Supposed to.
Turns out, they just fed me a load of bullshit. So, I go down to the post office next day at 4 in the afternoon. I was like, hey, here's the confirmation number and the tracking number for the package. They said it was here. Woman comes back, she's like, yeah, we don't have it here. I was like, it says right here that it's here. It says parcel locker, which is right there.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, that means it was delivered to your house. Do you have like a mailbox, like a big mailbox thing by your house? It's like, yeah. Like, oh yeah, it's at your house. I was like, no, it's not. It's here. Go fucking get it. Like, no, it's at your house. I was like, okay, so what happens if I go home and it's not at my house? Like, oh, well, I guess you're just going to have to come back down here then.
You're a better person than I am.
I
have a lot of patience.
I fucking noticed because I would have been off on them.
Sometimes.
Actually,
Since the
doesn't
very
have a lot of patience.
I do in certain situations, and that's one of the ones that I do. Like customer service interactions like that, I'm pretty good.
Did you work retail before?
Yes.
Okay,
I
that's
have.
probably why.
Yeah.
Then.
So, I was like, okay, whatever. Go home. Of course, it's not fucking here. By that time, post office was closed. I go back to the next day.
Oh, see, I would have went in my car, drove a block, drove back, and then told them it wasn't there.
Yeah, I did.
Because you knew it wasn't
well,
there.
I had shit to go do, so I didn't check until like 9 o'clock that night. So it wasn't really that important that I get it right then. I mean, it's a fucking bipod for my gun.
I wouldn't have even done that. I would have walked out the door, walked back in. I'm back. It wasn't there.
Do you live down the street? Yes, I do. Fucking check, bitch.
That would have been viable if it wasn't like a 45-minute line to get to the front counter. Yeah. Anyway, so the next day I go back and they're like,
Did you run into the same person?
2 different people.
I hate that.
So I go in there. I was like, hey.
I like to be mad at the same person.
Yeah.
So that way when I know that they're wrong, I'm like, you tried to fuck me.
No, I take their names.
Yeah.
You right there.
When I went back the last time, the woman saw me, went in the back as soon as I walked in.
Viable.
Turns out, they shipped it back to the fucking sender.
Okay.
Instead of holding it. So it just got here like Saturday. Because of that. Because I had to contact Amazon, have them reship it back out to the right address.
So it was nothing on your end? Like, you didn't forget to, put the
No,
address number?
they
They just forgot to stamp, the address number on it?
I don't know.
No,
I
it
didn't
wasn't
see the
that.
package.
It's that it didn't have the apartment number. It had the correct address, just not the correct apartment number.
That's
Because
what I
Amazon
meant.
didn't put it on there.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. Oh, the funniest part, though, is when I talked to the woman...
Oh, this story has been hilarious.
Yeah. When she said it was delivered, she's like, oh, yeah, well, the mailman must have just figured out who it went to. Like, what? What kind of answer is that?
There's a million apartments in here. How does he just go, I think it goes here?
Yeah.
We have talked about nothing but mail this entire podcast.
It's not true.
It
we
has-
talked about The Hobbit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For like a
And
minute.
mail.
And dicks. We did talk about dicks.
And bags of dicks.
And bags of and old bags of dicks.
And
Bible.
what Vince should do with said dicks.
Yes.
Yes.
And how Ruthless Beast 1 has
That's not
joined
true.
a party.
We've talked about more of that. We've done Amiibos. We've done Smash Brothers. We've done...
I know,
video
but
games.
it's all been the central theme of mail.
Yeah. I guess.
Mail fucking sucks.
It does, especially during the holiday season.
Oh my god.
I don't know why we order everything during the holiday season. Actually, I do, because we have really good sales, and then we expect to get the things that we got really good sales on.
Yeah.
See, I ordered a whole bunch of shit, but I didn't expect it. I ordered a bunch of shit before Christmas and didn't expect it on Christmas. I was like, yeah, this will come January, and then I'll have little Christmases right after Christmas.
It's funny. That's exactly what I've been doing for the last week. Almost every single day I have a new gun part that showed up to the house. It makes me happy.
It's like Hanukkah, but with a gun. You're
Yeah.
like, every day I get a new part, and then I put it together. At the end of the day, ha, gun! Blake,
Yeah.
Blake
Blake
from fucking The Dark Knight Rises. Blake. Oh my god, fucking Joseph Gordon-Levitt as fucking pretend Robin in the last Batman movie. Yeah, the Batman movie had some fucking downfalls. The last one.
I will say, that man is a goddamn genius.
Which one?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Oh yeah.
He wrote and directed a movie in which he was a sex addict and cast Scarlett Johansson as his counterpart.
Yeah.
And started it.
Yeah.
Genius.
It's amazing. He has a fucking recording website that me and my girlfriend use for making videos called hitrecord.org. It's fucking amazing. And it's pretty much like YouTube, but anybody can take anyone's work and download it and then remix it and then upload it as their own.
How is that different from YouTube?
I don't know. I don't. It's better. It's supposed to be easier for you to network with people and
Okay.
collaborate with people. The whole basis behind it is collaboration. And then Joseph Gordon-Levitt has a TV show that goes with his website, and if he uses anything that you made, literally anything, you get paid for it.
Nice.
Yeah, so you don't get paid for views or downloads or anything.
It's just
but
if he decides to use it.
if he likes it and decides to use it, hey, you just got a check in the mail for whatever fucking money.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought it was cool as fuck, and it helps you learn how to take different things and put it together. It's really, really cool. And then it's cool to see your own stuff be used, because people obviously they have to give you credit for it. So all you have to do is search your own name, something like your username, and then all the shit that people used of yours to do something else, you get to see.
Nice.
I think that's cool as fuck.
It's how a lot of stuff in the game industry is.
Okay.
So, like, let's say you are a programmer in the games industry, and you decide to create. Let's say you're working for a company that's creating a game, and you develop some tool that they need to help make that game easier. Mm-hmm. You not only get credit for creating that, you get credit on that game and every single game it's ever used on. You get a credit as part of the person that developed that game.
Pretty much like the Nexus Workshop for like all mods on
essentially
all those games
Yeah.
that Nexus is used for.
So, like, anybody that's worked on the Unreal Engine,
Okay.
that engine is used in a fuck ton of games.
Yeah.
They get credit on every single one of those games that they can throw on their fucking resume or whatever.
The new Street Fighter uses Unreal Engine.
Yeah.
It uses Unreal Engine, the newest fucking one. I forgot what it is.
I don't keep up
4
with
or
that shit
5.
anymore.
I don't fucking know. What were you saying? Like right before we totally fucking interrupted? I don't remember.
I don't even remember now.
Good job. Yingling is pretty fucking good. I like it a lot.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite beers.
Yingling's okay. It's not my favorite.
I mean, it's not my favorite, but I definitely could drink it again.
Yeah.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'll drink it, but it's not my favorite.
I personally really love Blue Moon and Leinenkugel's
What the
Shock Top.
fuck is Leinenkugel?
Leinenkugel's, they make a lot of shandies.
What the fuck is a shandy?
A shandy is a beer that has been brewed with...
I know a lot about games, anime, fucking comic books, and movies.
So
Don't know what a shandy is.
A shandy is a beer that has been brewed with some sort of lemonade. Like an orange shandy is brewed with oranges. An orange liquid of some kind.
Obviously.
A lemon shandy, or
Lemons.
Leinenkugel's summer shandy, for instance, is made with lemonade. Because it's a very much a summer beer.
Mm.
So shandies are made with that type of a
Did you guys play Blood Dragon?
taste to it.
Nope.
You don't know what Blood Dragon is?
Nope.
Did you play Far Cry 3?
Nope.
What the fuck?
Far Cry 4 is the first one in the Far Cry series I've ever played.
Okay, so Far Cry 3 came out. And then afterwards, there was a DLC called Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon.
I know what you're talking about, and it looked fucking amazing.
I've played it a lot. What it is, it's just a mashup of the 80s and 90s into a video game. So take every, like, Predator reference, RoboCop, Dread, all of those, and throw some fucking neon on it, and that's Blood Dragon.
Huh.
And it's Far Cry, and then there's also dinosaurs.
It's pretty. It was pretty interesting.
It's fucking amazing. Like, you've seen Predator, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know the song in Predator when they're riding in the helicopter, Little Richie? Like that fucking song?
Yeah.
That's the song that plays as you're mowing fucking people down with a huge Gatling gun in the first 10 seconds of the game.
Huh.
Yeah. And then every time you kill someone, you can cut open their chest and grab their cybernetic heart, and then throw the heart to distract giant cybernetic dinosaurs. And then you also get the gun from RoboCop, which is called like the AJM 690 or some shit for Alex J. Murphy, the name of the guy who's RoboCop. So you get that gun. You get like some different weapons that are like homages to old like movies and shit like that. And then you also get a bow. And there's always like a little like bio about what weapon or whatever you're using. So they're like, this bow is pretty much just like any other bow, but we threw some neon on it, and now it looks futuristic, so we know you're gonna use it. And that was it. That was the whole description of the fucking bow and arrow. And it's amazing, because I use the bow and arrow for the rest of the game.
In your opinion, what is the worst game you've ever played?
Worst game I have ever played. Shit.
Wrong. The worst game ever made is
Okay.
one that you know Bill, right? Bill Elmer,
Yeah.
big old
Yeah, big old Bill.
He tried getting me to make this game on mobile, and I have no fucking idea why.
What game? You still haven't told me
Alright.
the game.
I'm getting there.
Oh,
Calm down.
I'm like,
All right.
did you say it and I'm just not paying attention?
You know who Penn and Teller is, right?
The
Magicians?
The magicians, the fat
Yeah.
magician and then the short,
Yeah.
skinny magician.
They created a video game back in the 90s. I can't remember the name
Okay.
of it. But essentially the game was you had to drive this bus.
Oh no! Worst game I ever played was the mosquito game.
Never heard of it.
It was like it was like a demo that I played for like PS2, and you were just a mosquito, and then you just went on this Asian family's skin, sucked their blood, and you couldn't get like detected. That was the worst game I ever played.
Yeah. This game, you drove a bus from San Diego to Las Vegas in real time. You couldn't pause. You couldn't reset. You had to literally just sit there and drive on this straight road for 8 hours.
It was a straight road?
Yeah,
I don't think it's a straight road in real life.
it's not.
Then
It may
not-
it
it's
may
not
have
accurate
curved.
then.
I don't know. I haven't played the whole 8
it may
hours.
curve, 25 minutes down the road.
But
I don't know.
You can't just like set it and let it go. Like you have to actually control it because it'll start veering off the road.
Okay.
That was the whole point of the game. The only thing you can do is drive a bus in real time.
How long did it take to get?
It was like 8 hours or something like that.
Do you want to play it?
No, not a.
Come on, we should play it. We should really play
Fuck
it,
no.
and we'll do an LP of it. It's just us. It's just all three of us in a truck getting really fucking mad that we have to drive this truck for 8 hours. Let's see how annoying me and Hoyt can get after 8 hours.
Let me put it to you this way.
Oh, and we elect you as the driver.
Yeah, no. Him and Brandon Elder went to Virginia last year
Okay.
For spring break.
for spring break.
Okay.
When they got back,
What is there to do in Virginia
He has
during
Fable.
spring break?
That's what
Oh,
he's
okay.
Nothing. Not a fucking thing.
on the way back, or on the way there, I don't know which one it was. They showed me this when I got home.
North Carolina, different story.
That's where CJ was.
They created a Frozen video of them singing Let It Go.
I just did and wrote down a remake of it for Taco Bell. Because it was 2 a.m, I was with my girlfriend, and I didn't feel like paying for Taco Bell, and for some reason I wanted her and her roommate to come with me to Taco Bell because I didn't want to go alone.
Nice.
Yeah. So I knocked on her roommate's door, and I was like, "Do you want to go to Taco Bell? Come on, let's go right now. They've got delicious nachos and burritos and Baja Blast galore."
Wow.
It is amazing, and
That's-
I wrote it for the entire song.
Well, they did one like that for Chipotle. I don't know if you've seen it, but you should go on YouTube and look it up.
It's probably
Chipotle
not as
Frozen
good
song.
as my Taco Bell.
No, it's dead on.
Nope.
All the words rhyme.
I don't.
They
think-
also made a Dragon Ball Z one.
Okay. How does it go?
I don't.
Wait, isn't it the one with Raditz? And he's like talking to Vegeta?
I don't know.
It's definitely the
Yes,
one with
yes,
Raditz.
it's that
No,
one.
it's the one with Nappa, and he's talking
Yeah,
to
it's
Vegeta.
Nappa.
Yeah, he's because it's the Team 4-Star did it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do
I
you
saw
want
that.
to blow up a planet?
Yeah, Vegeta. Do you want to blow up a planet? Sounds just
Yep,
like that.
that's exactly it.
Yep, I got it.
Yeah, that one was awesome.
Come on, let's go right now. He was a prison bitch.
So, okay, speaking of really horrible gaming experiences, I'm going to start bringing up Destiny right now because I have a theory. So, Bungie is releasing Halo 5. Its tagline is Guardians.
Of the galaxy?
No, it's
Oh.
Guardians. And as I recall, the Marines and humankind is no longer on the planet Earth or even in our solar system.
Nope.
As I can remember. It's been a while since I played Halo 1 and Halo 2 and Halo 3. And I still haven't played 4 yet because I don't want to relive the horrible cutscene that I had spoiled for me. But anyway, so my theory is this. My theory is that the Guardians in Destiny are human beings or Marines
That had been changed.
that have died during whatever happened to made them have to leave Earth with whatever war they had or whatnot.
Isn't it
And
the
then-
same theory that happened with the Prometheans and
And then
in
like
Halo?
the
4?
Traveler shows up and all that shit. So I'm thinking they're in the same universe.
Okay.
That's my theory. Because why would Bungie name Halo Guardians right after they just released a game in which
For the same reason
the people are called
that they
Guardians?
name stuff like The Darkness and The Traveler and very generic bullshit
Because they can
because
do
they're
anything with
unimaginative
it,
and
they
don't have any idea of something good to come up with.
It's very vanilla, and they can do anything with it afterwards.
It's an imaginative story.
Yeah,
It's
the
just
story.
there is no story.
Yeah,
For
exactly.
God's fucking sake. Like, I loved playing that game. Like, it was the most revolutionary version
Of the
of
Halo
an
series.
MMO RPG type game I've ever played. Everything worked great in terms of gameplay.
Yeah.
However, Activision, I'm not going to say Bungie because I don't believe this was Bungie, because I firmly believe that Bungie wants to put out the best possible product that they can. However, their partnership with Activision, I firmly believe that it's Activision doing this, is making them section off said story in such a way that they're nickel and diming their gamers.
Yeah, I thought that was Activision's
For
like
everything.
gimmick. I thought that was their MO.
And it pisses me off to no end because it's honestly such a good game. But the problem is the experience that you have while playing it sucks because they take things away from you constantly. They don't update the things they say they're going to fix on time before they're like, oh, we're going to take something else away from you. They do nothing but hurt the player constantly in the game. And that's what bothers me. And they just announced fucking Destiny 2. Like, they even have leaks and shit out for it now. And I'm just like, really? Really? I hope your game fucking gets destroyed.
I feel like the relationship between Bungie and Activision and its players are kind of like a nurturing mother and then an alcoholic father. Like, Bungie is just like,
valid.
I want to, like, give you all these great things. And then Activision just comes in all fucking drunk and is just like, bitch, I told you to get in the fucking kitchen!
No. That's exactly what
And
it
it's
is.
like, I make the fucking rules over here. And then Activision starts pissing all over the fucking place.
That's exactly what it is, because this is exactly that same type of scenario when you're a kid.
You can tell when
Your
Hoyt
mother-
like, got into the conversation because he's like leaned forward in his chair. He's no longer like.
No,
leaned
it's because
back.
I thought of something and it made me think. I was like, you know what? That's psychology, and that's fucking true, because this is exactly it. Like, Bungie tells you, you're going to be a guardian. You're going to do great things.
Yeah.
You're going to have all this
Don't worry about it,
awesome
bro. I
stuff
got
that you
you.
can do, and you can do anything that you want to do, and you're going to be the greatest, and you're going to be the best, and everything.
You're special.
And
Mommy
then,
loves you.
And then after you've reached that point in the game, Activision steps in and is like, "Fuck you, kid.
You ain't
Fuck you.
shit.
You ain't shit. You ain't ever gonna be shit. You're not gonna be able to do a fucking thing. You know why? Because I'm gonna take this from you, and I'm gonna take that from you, and then what are you? You're nothing but a fat, retarded person sitting in front of a TV screen playing on a console game that you spent $60 on, and I'm laughing and taking your money all the way to the bank."
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much sums it up.
I'm gonna lock things away in a room. You pay me $60 to get part of it, and then you got to keep paying me like little bits of money to get other shit.
No. See, it's not even that way. It's you're going to pay me $60 to get full access to the room, and then once I have your money, you're only going to get into the closet, the little mini closet that has another door that leads into another room. But you have to wait for that door to open.
Yeah, you have to wait for this time period. But I'm going to let you in there. Don't worry.
And then
Eventually I'm going to let you in.
You have to give me more
Just
money.
kidding. You got to pay to get into that room too.
You have to slide the money underneath the door in order for me to open up the door because it's locked from the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's really more reminiscent of like the games of chance. Like, what's behind door number 1? What's behind door number 2?
Oh,
no fucking
bag of
clue
shit again.
until you give me
Damn
my
it.
money.
God.
One of the
Swear to
biggest.
God, I was never so hopeful for a game in my life,
Me too.
and never so let down by the experience in my life.
I was let down about Metal Gear Solid Rising.
And I've been
Rising,
let-
Rising,
and I've
no,
been let
Metal
down by
Gear
a lot of games.
Rising Revengeance. I was so let down.
Was that like the demo one that they came out for like $60?
No, that was Ground Zeroes.
That was Ground Zero.
This is one that came out right before that. It was the one where Raiden, the guy from the second
Yeah, I
Metal
know
Gear
who
Solid
it is.
games, he was the main character throughout this entire game, and it wasn't tactical espionage shooter. what every Metal Gear Solid game has been so far. It was hack and slash. And I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
I'm going to even go a step further with the Activision thing. Because I wasn't even let down half as bad with Cataclysm or Pandaria from World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Which is a Blizzard game, but they're partnered with Activision at Cataclysm.
Yeah. Like,
I wasn't even let down as much by those as I had been let down by Destiny.
In all honesty, with those, though, you already had the story before that shit happened.
Yeah.
That's
Des-
like
Destiny
that
was
would
like a
be
new
like
thing.
if Halo 5 just fucking sucked and they did the same shit.
No. Because, like, okay. Yes, you have... Like, World of Warcraft is set in this awesome world of lore that was written by a bunch of college friends back in the day, and Chris Metzen, who has, like, turned it into what it is now, which is this amazing...
Just vast
story,
evolving
because
story.
these guys saw what Chris Metzen could do with the story and was like, Chris, take it and run with it.
Yeah.
By the way, he's a voice for Thrall, and he does a lot of the voice acting too in a lot of the game. And he's like VP of like part of the company. So that
Wasn't
being
it-
said,
wasn't it his,
the story
idea
in World of
Green Lake
Warcraft
Hearth, though?
was already set up. But Cataclysm does nothing for the story. All Cataclysm does is just break the world and remake it so they can relaunch it.
Yep.
And
It was their new 52.
It adds an interesting dynamic for Thrall, because Thrall becomes like the aspect of Earth and part of the dragon aspects and shit. And then you get to kill Deathwing, and that's cool. It adds some cool parts to the story.
Wasn't Cataclysm
Nothing
just
that's
like fucking... Cataclysm was
that's
just
major.
like their version of of DC's New 52. It was, let's break it down so we can rebuild it and give you the same thing, just different.
Yeah, and now the dragon aspects are not immortal, and they have they have some of their powers taken away, and this, that, and the other.
They were like, let's take the OP shit, nerf it, and then give it back to you.
And then Pandaria comes out,
Yeah, sexy pandas.
which does nothing for the story other than gives us Garrosh Hellscream's inevitable, I'm going to go crazy and try to kill everyone, and then I have to be put on trial at the end.
I mean, the dude's name is Hellscream. How
The
did you
game.
not put that together?
Yeah, Grom Hellscream with his father. Grom Hellscream was the one who drank the Fell Blood when they were in Draenor that made the Orcs go crazy, but he also ended that curse, and Garrosh Hellscream is Grom's son.
I mean, I wouldn't trust anybody with the last name Hellscream. I don't think
Probably not.
so.
But he's not a good cat.
Here's
Or Doombringer.
And now
Or,
oh fuck, my bad, dude.
And now we have Warlords of Draenor, which is, in all purposes, a very interesting game. Because Dark Portal opens up, nobody knows why,
but some shit is going
orcs
through.
are just coming through, heroes of the Alliance and the Horde just start ransacking through the portal because they're like, orcs are coming out of this thing, and we have no fucking clue why. And they get through, and you meet up with Thrall's dad and Thrall's mom, at least from the Horde side. I don't know what the Alliance side's like, but you meet up with Thrall's mom and dad, and you're venturing through Draenor as it was before it was called Outland. So you're in the past, in an alternate reality.
Yep. Flashpoint universe.
So it
Pretty
becomes
much.
odd.
I feel like they
But it's really-
people over at Blizzard read a lot of DC comics, and they're like, "Hey,
We could
do this."
Here's the
Dude,
difference.
you have no idea how many analogies, like Easter eggs, are in World of Warcraft. There's so many.
Yeah.
Here's the difference, though, between that and Destiny. Is World of Warcraft already has an established user base. Not only do they have a user base, but that user base is paying a monthly subscription fee already, so there's more money coming in. Destiny had none of that. It was a new IP. There's no subscription service.
Yeah.
So Activision has a lot more pull over what they're saying to say, hey, you should do things this way because there's no base.
You're the
Blizzard,
new
I'm
kid
sure-
on the playground. This is what you should do so you can get friends.
Blizzard, I am sure, has a lot more creative control over World
Oh,
of Warcraft
absolutely.
than Bungie does over Destiny.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like, fucking Blizzard is that popular kid, and then Bungie is that new kid on the fucking block, and then Activision came up to Bungie and was just like, hey, I know what people like here. Here, let me take over, and I'll show you how to make friends.
No, he's more like the bully that gives you a swirly and takes your lunch money.
No, see, that's him applied towards us, not towards the company.
Uh-huh.
No, I don't know about that. I would say they probably...
I don't know. I feel like Activision put my head in the toilet a few times.
I'm sure they've been strong-armed. Because Bungie probably would be like, no, we don't want to do that. Well, too fucking bad, Bungie. So, guys, with that, that's the end of this episode for this week. I'm Hoyt.
I'm Brandon.
I'm Vince.
We're Fibonerdi, and we'll see you next time.